Hello, I'm Bob Wiedefeld, and you're watching this video, obviously, because you are enrolled in either BMT 1900, Public Administration, or BMT 2650, which is Purchasing and Contracting. I'm doing one video for both courses because even though they're completely different subjects, the mechanics of both courses are the same, and that's what we will be talking about in this video. The next 14 and a half minutes or so, I want to begin by going over some of the basics as far as the coursework is concerned, and then I'd like to talk about your course project for the rest of the video. So sit back and grab some popcorn and hopefully enjoy. The course, you've been registered for the course and hopefully participating for the last 4 weeks now. Early Sunday morning, we'll begin our 5th week together. 5 weeks into the 15-week semester means that we're already almost a third of the way through. You should be pretty solid on what's required for the course by now. Let me go over a couple of things quickly. Some of you still seem to be a little confused. There are 3 basic deliverables in each week's assignments, in each module. There may be more from time to time, but there are 3 basic deliverables. The first is your response to whatever the assignment screen requires of you. So when you log in and there's a new module online, and then you log into the assignments page, and on that assignments page there are questions, things that you need to respond to. You use the cafe. The cafe is where we generally communicate with each other, and you use the cafe. You'll go to the respective module number in the cafe, and when you click on the module in the cafe, you'll see 2 basic options. You can either click on initial post and discussion, or you can click on summary posts. And for every module, the initial post and discussion is the place where you will post your first response, which is the response to your assignments. Then, once you post your assignments, which by the way need to be posted by roughly Wednesday night, somewhere between Wednesday and Thursday, because if you wait until Sunday just before the modules change, then other people don't have an opportunity to respond to what you put in there, which is the second requirement of each module in this course. Once you have posted your write-up, your response to the assignments, then you need to go in and you need to respond to someone else's write-up. And you also do this in the initial post and discussion section, because that's where everyone else's initial posts are. You need only respond to one other person's post, but I'm not, as I said in the instructions, I'm not interested at all in you simply saying I agree or this is very good. You need to post something substantial, something that credibly points to the fact that you have read and understood the material that's been assigned, and you are actually using that knowledge to post a response to another person's response to the assignment. So that's 2 of the 3 requirements on each module. The third requirement is, it can be closer to the end of the week, but hopefully not midnight on Sunday. You need to post a summary of what you have learned from this particular chapter or this particular module. And again, we're not interested in a sentence or 2. I'm looking for at least 500 words in each of these posts to substantiate the fact that you've actually done the work that's been assigned to you. So you're going to post your response to the assignments in the initial post and discussion section. You're going to post your response to another student's post in that same section, And then somewhere toward the end of the week, you're going to post your well-written 500-word or more summary of what you've learned from that particular module this week. The grading of these posts is pass-fail. So you can calculate your grade. I'm starting to get some questions now about how do I know how I'm doing, how do I know what grade I have. You can calculate your grade based upon the pass-fail. If you have posted anything of the 3 required posts in each module that is not acceptable, then you will get an email from me indicating that's the case. A private email. If you post everything that is assigned and all 3 of the posts each module, and you do not receive an email from me indicating that these postings have been unacceptable for some reason, then you can assume that you have passed for this particular module the cafe assignments, and you can also assume for grade calculation purposes that you have gotten an A on each of the ones you've posted. Now, one of the things you need to be aware of is that if you fail to post, or you post something in the wrong place and I miss it, which is the same as failing to post, then you will fail that particular assignment, but you will not get an email from me telling you that you neglected to post. You're in college, and as far as I'm concerned, I don't need to be getting back to you and letting you know you didn't do something that you should have known that you have to do. So there you have it. We're 4 weeks in. If you have posted at least 3 of the mandatory posts for each one of the modules, the last 4 modules, and you have not gotten an email from me saying that something that you posted is unacceptable, then so far in the course you have an A. It's that simple. And that's the way it's going to be throughout the rest of the semester. Now, the one thing that is really important as far as your grade is concerned is your project, which is a 12-page research paper. And that is a substantial part of your course grade. So let's talk a little bit about that research paper. First of all, 12 pages, and that's 12 pages of content. The 12 pages does not include a title page, an abstract, if you choose to write an abstract, or the reference pages. So it's 12 pages of content. The title page, abstract if you choose, and the reference pages are in addition to those 12 required minimum. The topic that you choose, I'll use 2 words here, and they are not interchangeable. They're not synonyms. I'll use the word topic, and I'll use the word thesis statement. Your topic, the general subject upon which you write, must be directly related to something that we are studying in this course. It doesn't have to be something we've studied to date. It can be something anywhere in the textbook that we're going to be studying in this course. That's the topic. Topics are very general, subject-oriented indications. A thesis statement is a sentence or 2, tightly constructed, well-worded, which defines specifically what you will be writing on. So for those of you, and I commend you for getting to me early in the course, who have submitted thesis statements that say, well, I'm going to write a paper on the world as it stands today. I'm being facetious. That's not a thesis statement. It might be a topic, and it's very, very broad. Okay, a thesis statement is extremely specific, and my preference for this paper is that you make an argument defending some point of view that you have. Please don't send me a thesis statement that tells me that you're going to list the 15 aspects of some part of either purchasing or public administration. What you need to do is you need to choose a topic. Then write a thesis statement specifically defending a point of view that you're going to take. And then you do your research to support your argument. Okay? The paper needs to be in APA style. That's American Psychological Association style. If you've never used it or you've never had to write a research paper before, there's tons of material online. Just Google APA, and you're going to go to some sort of a site that's going to tell you exactly what you need to do to put this paper in APA format. This is extremely important for two reasons. First of all, you need to be aware of APA if you're not, and how to use it. And if you have used it before, you need to have all the practice that you can possibly get. The second reason that APA is important is because it helps you prevent being accused of plagiarism, which is actually copying the words and or thoughts of other authors and putting them into the paper as though they are your own. Your paper will be checked against a universal plagiarism site. And if you have put material into your paper that appears as though it is your own work, but actually belongs to someone else, then you will be guilty of plagiarism, and I have no choice but to fail you for the paper, which automatically fails you for the course, and also to submit your name to the Vice President of Student Services for doing that. I don't mean to scare you, but as you move ahead in your college career, you will hear an awful lot about how dangerous it is to not follow strict APA standards, and how dangerous it is to get accused of plagiarism. So we might as well begin now. Okay? So the paper is 12 pages long. You need a topic that is directly related to something that we're studying. It needs to be in APA format. Don't send me an email or post a question in the Ask the Professor and ask what should the title page look like? What should my margins be? Because all that is an APA style. That just communicates to me that you haven't done your homework and you haven't looked up APA yet. Please don't get annoyed with me when I send you an email back or a response in the Ask the Professor section that says you haven't done your homework. Go to APA and find out what it is. The paper is a significant portion of your grade, as I mentioned earlier. It will be submitted at the end of the course. Even if you finish it early, do not attempt to submit it to me yet. There will be a single day near the end of the course when I will collect all of the papers from you, and you will be responsible for submitting that to me on that particular day only. Okay? The syllabus and also the instructions in the course reiterate on several occasions that if you fail to submit a paper, even if all of your cafe assignments are straight A's, you will fail the course. Okay? So you can't sit back and say, well, I've got all A's and everything else. I can just squeak by with a C or a D without doing the paper, because that doesn't work. The requirements of the course indicate that you must submit the paper on time in order to pass the course. Okay? So I think that's basically most of the questions that I've gotten up until now. Those of you in the public administration course, yes, you are to pick one of the cases at the end of each chapter and analyze that case. And the analysis of the case needs to be, actually, I think I've got my courses confused. I'm sorry. Public administration, if I didn't say that before. You have cases at the end of each chapter. In purchasing, you do not. So in public administration, you are to take the material that you learned in a particular chapter and use that material to effectively analyze the case that you choose. You can choose any of them that are at the back of that chapter. It has to be a very tight analysis, and I'm looking for at least 500 words. In purchasing, your responses, again, should be, there are no cases at the end of the chapter that I'm assigning, but your responses should be at least 500 words, well written. And by the way, in all of your posts in the cafe, I want to see succinct references. If you're taking material from someplace other than the text, you don't have to do this if you're taking it out of the text, then I want to see a reference and an in-text citation. Okay, our time is up. If you have any questions, please send them to me via the Ask the Professor. Don't send me an email unless you have a personal question, but post your questions in Ask the Professor, and I'll try to get back to you as quickly as I can. Thank you.